What's up, Some Hacker? Now we are diving into even spicier territory. So this is an exam level sum that trips a lot of learners up. But once you see the steps, you're going to know exactly how to handle it. So let's dive in. The first thing I have noticed is, cool, I'm definitely going to use this bottom equation as my first equation. But I need to figure out, am I going to make x the subject of the formula or y? And the way I figure that out is I actually can look at my x values and my y values in the other formula that I'm going to substitute in. And in this particular instance, I'm actually going to choose to substitute into x here because yes, I have an x squared and yes, I have a 2 times something that is going to be x. But y is way more difficult because here I would have to times 2 with y squared and another number with y squared. So in terms of the ease factor, I'm going to choose x over y for this particular example. So now what I need to do is manipulate this equation over here to simplify it and to also get x the subject of the formula. So I'm going to have 2x is equal to 1 plus 3y. And to get x alone, I'm simply going to divide both sides by 2. What's going to happen is these 2's are going to cancel out. So I will be left with x is equal to 1 plus 3y over 2. And this then is going to be my equation number 1. And then I'm going to label my other one equation number 2. Excellent. Now write, put 1 into 2. So wherever you see an x here, you are going to substitute this bad boy into it. So we're going to have bracket 1 plus 3y over 2 squared minus 2 times 1 plus 3y over 2, close bracket. And then what I'm going to do is just move this up ever so slightly because I can see it's going to be in the way. So I'm just going to move it up here for now. So then I'm left with minus 2y squared plus 4y is equal to 9. Excellent. So next what I am going to do is I'm going to expand these brackets over here that are squared, and I'm going to say 1 plus 3y over 2 times 1 plus 3y over 2. Close my bracket up. Then I'm going to multiply my 2 into the bracket here. I'm going to leave the negative for now, but I'm going to multiply the 2 in. So I'm going to write my negative, and then I'm going to say bracket 2 times 1 is going to give me 2. 2 times 3y is going to give me plus 6y. But then do not forget, it has to be over 2. And the way you work that out is this 2 is actually over 1, and your 1 times your 2 would give you 2. So then all you need to do is close your bracket and write the rest. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm also going to make sure that I shift this 9 over the equal sign. So I'm going to have minus 2y squared plus 4y minus 9 is equal to 0. Can't just be nothing on the end there, okay? Now, at this point, I like to actually put my brackets around these because it makes me remember that I need to do FOIL. So you're going to do the firsts, the outers, the inners, and then the lasts, okay? So draw your bracket. Make sure it's all over a long fraction line. Close your bracket. Another thing I like to do is just quickly multiply the bottom. So 2 times 2 is going to give me 4 over here so that I don't forget it. Then next I'm going to say, okay, 1 times 1 is going to give me 1. 1 times 3y is going to give me plus 3y. 3y times 1 is going to give me plus 3y. And then 3y times 3y is going to give me plus 9y squared. Awesome. So now the next step is I'm going to multiply this negative into the bracket here. So I'm going to have minus 2 minus 6y, and this whole thing will be over 2. And then I'm just going to write the rest of my equation down. Now, what we want to do is we actually want to get this 4 and this 2 away. And the only way that we can do that is to multiply everything by 4. And when I mean everything, I mean we are going to multiply this by 4, this by 4, this one by 4, this one by 4, and this one by 4, okay? That way we can actually take what's below the fraction away. And I'm going to show you exactly what that is going to look like. If we took this big bracket and we times it by 4, it's the same as saying 4 over 1, right? So do you see here that the 4 and the 4 would cancel out? So what you would be left with is just 1 plus 3y plus 9y squared. Okay, then if I was to multiply this by 4 over 1, do you see that 2 divided by 2 would give me 1. And then 4 divided by 2 would give me 2. So I only need to multiply by 2 here. And then can you see it's over 1? So I don't need to write that. So I'm actually left with minus 4, because 2 times negative 2 would be minus 4. And then 2 times negative 6y will be minus 12y. And that's over 1, so I don't need to write that. Then I need to make sure I say negative 2y times 4, which is going to give me minus 8y squared. Then I need to say positive 4y times 4. That's going to give me positive 16y. And then the final one, I must times negative 9 by 4. And that's going to give me negative 36 equals to 0. Awesome. Now you can simplify. I like to have a look at my y squared values first. And because we have 9y squared minus 8y squared, that is simply y squared that we are left with there. I can cross them out because I have worked with them. Then I'm going to look at my y values. Notice I am underlining the sign as well. That's very important. You have to do that. And that's going to give you plus 3y minus 12y plus 16y. That's going to give you positive 10y. Cross them out because you have used them. And now you have 1, negative 4, and negative 36. That is going to give you minus 39, and that's equal to 0. Also, now I can factorize. Put your brackets down. Put your equals to 0. Okay, you know that you're going to have a y in the one bracket and the y in the other. Then take a look at the back variable sign. That's going to tell you if you're going to have positive or negatives in your bracket. Can you see here that you're going to have both a positive and a negative, because that is what is going to give you this negative at the end of the day. So you know that one bracket's going to have a negative and one bracket's going to have a positive. Okay, then you need to think, cool, what are the factors of negative 39 that are going to give me 10? Hopefully you're going to see that it is 13 and 3, all right? But what you look at here with your B value sign, that's going to tell you which of the factors is going to be positive. The bigger factor has to be positive. So do you agree with me that the bigger factor between 13 and 3 is 13? So you put your 13 by the positive and you put your 3 by the negative. And then to check yourself, simply ask yourself, okay, is minus 3 plus 13 going to give me 10? You can really just stick it in your calculator if you need to. And that one absolutely does. And then you ask yourself, is negative 3 times positive 13 going to give you negative 39? And it absolutely does. So now you know that the values in your brackets are 100% correct. Now what we want to do is say y minus 3 is equal to 0, or y plus 13 is equal to 0. Now we solve for y. We say y is equal to positive 3 or y is equal to negative 13. And these then are your y variables. Now you need to plug your y variables into equation number 1. So write that down. Put y variables into 1. Simply write your y values down and then write your formula down that you manipulated in the beginning in case you need a quick reminder. This is the formula we are going to plug our y values in. This is equation number 1. And now what we're going to do is simply plug in. So we have x is equal to 1 plus 3 times 3 over 2. That's going to give us x is equal to 5. And then we have x is equal to 1 plus 3 times negative 13 all over 2. That's going to give us x is equal to negative 19. So your values for this simultaneous equation should be y is equal to 3, y is equal to negative 13, x is equal to 5, and x is equal to negative 19. And there you have it, some hacker. That is it for this one. Excellent job. Let's keep the momentum going. If you are ready to dive into the next one, hop into the next video and I will see you there.